Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 replay cast. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a Terran versus Protoss on the map Parasite. And it's actually going to be a rematch from one of my much earlier casts, and actually one of the most viewed videos on my channel. So it's a TVP, and spawning down the bottom right hand side of the map, it's RotterdaM. I actually just cast one of his games the other day. I try not to double up on casting the same player, but I just saw this and I knew I had to cast his opponent in the top left. It's avilo. And this is the real this is the real avilo. So it's going to be an interesting match. So yeah, actually one of the most viewed videos on my channel is RotterdaM versus avilo a while back. So I thought, oh my god, I thought it would be cool to cast this again. And I think I've improved a little bit as a caster, so I'm actually going to go back and watch that after I cast this, just to sort of compare, see how things were. But I mean, these two players still playing a lot. They've played a lot of Starcraft 2 in their time, but I believe RotterdaM playing on the NA server a bit, so that means he's going to be playing against. He's going to actually be able to match up versus avilo. So we're finally getting our rematch here. So a Terran versus Protoss on the map Parasite. I mean. Usually, you'd think this is pretty good for Protoss. I mean, it's a larger map, which generally does favor Protoss, but someone like avilo is known for meching, and so that may change things a little bit. And so we'll see how this game's going to go. avilo is going to be moving out with an SCV scout after his barracks, just to see that everything's normal, but then RotterdaM... Then RotterdaM is going for his Nexus, of course. A lot of banter in chat going back and forth. And both these guys going to be sending workers across the map. Okay, so build-wise, we've got a Stalker on the way out. Okay, just having a bit of ladder banter. I mean, both these guys are scouting out. Reaper for avilo does kill off the probe, or RotterdaM seeing everything is normal, despite what they're talking about in chat. There is no proxies in this game, anyway, or not yet. At least RotterdaM just going for the single Stalker so far. After going for that probe scout, going to be getting out another Stalker and starting to build up his probe count here. Whereas avilo, his Reaper is going to be crossing the map, trying to see if anything else is on the way. See what sort of tech RotterdaM is going to be going for, and he hasn't thrown down anything just yet. Reaper's actually going to come on in here, may be able to get a probe. That would be nice for avilo, and he actually does snag off a probe, so that's a nice pick-off. Meanwhile, RotterdaM was throwing up his Stargate there, so a Stargate on the way, but that's a nice kill for avilo, getting a probe with the Reaper and getting out scot-free. avilo's already getting up a bunker here, so playing it very safe, really respecting his opponent. And then he's actually swapping his factory onto his tech lab. No Marines made just yet, so we'll see, is this going to be for double mine? Yeah, it is double mine going to be coming out of avilo, and then maybe he'll make a Marine or two and put him in the bunker. Because this could always be mech. I mean, can be bio as well, but if we had to guess from the player, we can assume it's probably going to be mech. Could always be a double mine drop coming out of avilo here. Now Reaper going to be coming on in for avilo. I mean, it got the probe scout earlier, but whether it's going to see the Stargate is a question. Or got the probe kill earlier, and avilo actually has seen the Stargate now, so that's, I mean, he really got his job done with that Reaper, all things said. But RotterdaM, he is going to be starting to build up this Phoenix count, just going for Phoenix, no Oracle yet. I mean, both these guys, they sort of have their unique sort of style. RotterdaM known for Phoenixes, avilo known for mechs, so we'll see how this is going to match up. Widowmine in each mineral line for avilo. However, mines don't actually one-shot Phoenix. Now, more mines are coming out, though. Medivac on the way, so avilo, he is going to be planning on going for this mine drop versus RotterdaM. I mean, it's definitely going to be risky, though, doing it versus someone who's making Phoenix. But he's getting up turrets behind this in case the Phoenix move out on the map. But RotterdaM, he's just scouting out with his Phoenix for now. May move across the map. Oh, actually, yeah. Widowmine connects with that one Phoenix. They're having a bad day. That's a bad day as a Phoenix, running into a Widowmine. Doesn't kill you, but it sure does hurt. So RotterdaM just building up this Phoenix count. He's got out a Robo behind this, so he's going to be making an observer, wanting to have good vision on your opponent. Be safe. I mean, the Phoenix did come in here, and it did get hit by the Widowmine. He saw the starport, so he's not sure whether this could have been for Cloaked Banshee. So That's probably partially behind the Observer out already. Meanwhile, Avilo going into a Raven. And then getting up a Siege Tank behind it. So guys, he's definitely going to be meching here from the look of it, from the tell of all 4 gases. No third command center yet though, so really delaying that for someone who's playing macro. Whereas RotterdaM getting up that Nexus already. Not necessarily really delaying it, but getting up a lot of tech and other things first. Now the mine drop, it's actually made it in here unscouted. So RotterdaM, he's going to have to intercept this. The Phoenix are actually going to be ready for this though from the look of it. The Medivac's going to fly on in. RotterdaM not quite reacting yet. However, he's got an Observer right over his mineral line, so none of these mines are going to get off. That's going to be shut down completely by these Phoenix. We get a balanced out of Avilo. And then, alright, so I mean, his mine drop didn't get too much done, but he's just hecking up back at home. RotterdaM going to be pretty happy that he shut that down. I mean, you have an Observer, you've got all your Phoenix sitting back at home, so just good choice by RotterdaM there. And then going to be getting up his Nexus. And actually going into a Robo Bay, so he can either go into Disruptors or go into Colossus, whatever one you really prefer, but he is getting his +1 ship weapon, so that's going to help the Phoenix out. For lifting up things like tanks and stuff, I guess, be able to kill them off quicker or pick off any air units. Now, Avilo, he's got up a good number of turrets to shoot these away. That poor Phoenix eats the Widow Mine. The missile turret actually finishes it off, so that's nice for Avilo. Now, these Phoenix are flying on in, but they're actually going to take a beating, and RotterdaM may actually lose a few here. He actually loses like 3 Phoenix to that. So that's a bit of a, I mean, Avilo with his turrets and mines actually manages to pick off a few of them, so a fair bit of loss there on RotterdaM's side. I mean, he's teching into air behind this, but I mean, losing Phoenix like that, not something you want to happen. Meanwhile, Avilo is getting up his 3rd base on location, so going to have that. However, these Phoenix may be looking to shut that down, and RotterdaM could actually delay this a little bit. Going to pick up a few SCVs, and he definitely will be able to delay that. Meanwhile, Avilo just making tanks, so he doesn't actually have that strong of a ground force to push us back. And oh no, Avilo trying to finish the CC desperately. It was almost done. RotterdaM actually just parking there for now. So he's going to have to wait out for some Vikings or something. Now RotterdaM, he's getting out of Colossus. He doesn't have extended thermal lance on the way just yet. We're going to have a Colossus and a lot of air units. So this could possibly be the mass Phoenix Colossus style. I'm not going to pretend to know this any other way than seeing RotterdaM do this on stream once or twice. So he's got his own play style, that's for sure. Now barracks for Avilo, the mech flagship, going to be moving down on the map. Avilo finally gets his command center up. Oh, wouldn't mind almost connecting with the Phoenix there. But Avilo is starting to move on out. He's got all of his tanks up, and he's going to be trying to secure this location. Now, that base, it's turning into an orbital, so no planetary to be extra safe for Avilo. I guess he sees all the air units, but these stalkers are going to come on in here. These tanks are going to have to get set up to shoo them away. RotterdaM shutting down the gas geyser, which is very important. If you're playing versus someone who's meching, shutting down the gas, it's one of the most important things you can do versus them. And RotterdaM, just knowing that there's going to be no attack coming from Avilo anytime soon, he's just getting up his 4th base. Just going to be very, very greedy. Ooh, I like this from Avilo, though, getting drilling claws so he can make a lot of Widow Mines if he wants to. And also getting out a Thor, going to help with the anti-air. I mean, one Thor can beat Infinite Phoenix, so that could be pretty good. Ooh, these Phoenix actually, oh man, that's such a good pickup there for RotterdaM. Finding those mines had me worried for a second, but that Observer there with the detection sees them, so doesn't need to be worried in that regard. Avilo, though, just making more mines, getting up a Thor. I mean, in theory, once he has a Thor, he can push us back, but oh man, look at this, RotterdaM having some fun with it, throwing up a pylon and getting up a ton of shield batteries and cannons just to, I don't know, I guess just secure this location, just right outside of Avilo's base. I mean, I'm not sure how these are exactly going to help fighting versus a stationary mech army, but I mean, he can always retreat to them if he wants to. Phoenix are going to fly on in here. Vikings, or the few Vikings, are going to shoot away on this. Anti-armor missile goes down on the Phoenix. 2 of them go down there, so RotterdaM has lost a few Phoenix this game, but Avilo, he's still pinned on these bases, and look at this. Okay, RotterdaM's getting into Tempest now, so he's actually going to use this location to just siege down Avilo. This isn't something you see too often in TVP. Another anti-armor missile goes down. These Vikings now thinking that they can challenge these Phoenix. And I mean, Avilo may be able to break this. Has he seen this? Yeah, he has seen all the cannons and everything. And he is going to actually try and break this location, it looks like. I mean, sooner rather than later is important with these kind of things. He's going to be able to pick off that observer, get all of his mines and tanks set up. The Colossus is going to do good versus the mines, but some of them going off on the Phoenix there. So RotterdaM, I mean, his proxy location, some of the cannons are getting set up, but I'm not sure it's going to be able to hold on. A Tempest or two is coming in for RotterdaM. Vikings are going to be able to pursue though, but got to be careful not to overextend into the Phoenix there. But yeah, RotterdaM's little attempted, I guess, fort here doesn't hold up versus Avilo's mech army that pushed out. Now, so I mean, Avilo, he's got a pretty decent mech army. He does have to be concerned about the anti-air. He's making more Vikings, and ooh, RotterdaM, he's going into a disruptor. That's something that's going to be very good versus Widow Mines. But here comes Avilo. He's maybe just going to try and get all of his mines under top of this army, and it looks like he's going to be able to. Some of these mines are going to start connecting right now. Hits a fair few of the Tempest, doesn't quite kill them all, and some of them may actually survive this one Thor. He has his work cut out for him right now. The Tempest looks like they are going to be able to pick it off, so that Thor does not survive, does not win that fight. All the mines getting picked up, so what could have been a great fight for Avilo, clearing all this Tempest, he doesn't quite get it. One or two more Widow Mine shots and they would have all died, but RotterdaM, he's still building up that count. Avilo, though, making a lot of mines, making a lot of Vikings behind this. I think we do need to see a fourth base from Avilo pretty darn soon, because you don't want to be mining out, and it looks like he is planning on starting that as soon as he can afford it. RotterdaM, though, on his side, he's getting up to +3 ship weapons already, as he started his +1 very, very soon. Meanwhile, these carriers are going to be getting on up. Another poor SCV getting picked off. How many SCVs have died this game? It's not 19, actually, a fair few. Mines trying to connect to those Phoenix, just shooing them away. One thing to note as well, though, is RotterdaM, he's got his observers just right over top of Avilo, and since that Raven died, Avilo, not sure where they are, but oh, look at this. Avilo may actually just be moving out, just trying to kill off RotterdaM before he really hits that late game Protoss army, or he's just trying to secure this location. You never know until the fight actually happens, but this Disruptor here looking very stylish with this Golden Age skin. I mean, those Disruptors look real cool. Actually, okay, the color scheme of this Disruptor. I'm not sure if anyone's going to get what I'm talking about here as that barracks goes down and RotterdaM is sharking around. The color scheme of this Disruptor, if any of you guys watched Nation Wars back in the day, or more importantly, Carbot, there was a German Disruptor, the Disruptor, actually, and it actually looks sort of like this one. That's what this Disruptor skin reminds me of in the Carbot promotion video. It's a bit of a reach, that reference, but it reminds me of it. And then there's just this one Disruptor here, or actually there's two now. Oh, there's three. Some more coming across the map. Anyway, the Disruptors got friends, and they're going to be looking to make trouble for Avilo right now. RotterdaM, he's camping out right now. The Widow Mines are the concern for RotterdaM. I mean, Avilo, he's got plenty of tanks. He's just really got to focus on his anti-air army. But, I mean, he is securing up his fourth base right now. And here comes in Avilo, though. He's going to try and take the fight. There's lots of Disruptors out. Going to be getting off some connections out of the Widow Mines, but they're not quite under the whole army. However, Avilo, he's actually pursuing RotterdaM right now. There's a lot of Vikings. They can start focusing down these Tempests. They got to do so quickly, though, before they start falling. However, these Phoenix are actually going to rout those Vikings for now. Widow Mine's going to connect on some of those interceptors there, but RotterdaM keeps his air army alive. I mean, that fight was looking dicey for a second, but his air army still prevails here. I mean, Avilo, though, he's been doing a good job building up a high Viking count, but RotterdaM, once again, it looks like he's going to be trying to get up these positions. He's just going to contain Avilo here from the look of it. But we'll see if he's able to make that work this time. Avilo just making an absolute ton of Vikings. And I mean, Vikings versus carriers, generally something that doesn't work out unless the Vikings focus down the carriers, and versus Tempest as well. But the one thing that really completes the Protoss air army is the Psystorm, which shuts down the clumping up Vikings, and RotterdaM doesn't have it, so Avilo may be able to take a fight versus this army if it reaches maxed out. I mean, these mines trying to inch forward here, trying to get some good connections off the Vikings, though. I mean, there's a lot of Vikings for Avilo right now, 15 here. Gonna actually just one-shot a carrier there, almost one-shot the second one, but picks off two carriers, nicely done. Phoenix going. Widow Mine gets a connection off, so this isn't going terrible for Avilo right now. He's got up a lot of Vikings. Avilo having some thoughts on carriers. I mean, RotterdaM, though, right outside his base right now, he's going to be setting up a ton of cannons. Avilo's actually going to scan this and see what's outside his door, so he may want to try and break this before he really gets choked out by this Tempest army. But we'll see. I mean, does he have enough? He's got a lot of mines that can always run under the army, but once the cannons are out, it's really going to make problems for Avilo. But look at this RotterdaM. He's just... When you've got the map control, you just build everywhere, and that's what he's doing. But here comes the main fight. Avilo's going for it. Vikings running on in, but so are the Widow Mines. They're going to try and get connections here on the army, connecting with a fair few of the Tempest. However, it looks like the Vikings aren't able to stand here. Avilo going to win on the ground, definitely, because of all these siege tanks. But as far as anti-air, it's not enough. Looks like Avilo may be throwing up the white flag here. GG. As RotterdaM manages to take it. Always fun to cast those games there, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like on the video. In the description of this one, I'll try and remember to link the old match, which was probably from like a year or two ago at this point. It was one of the very first casts that I did. So if you guys want to see that, I'll link that in the description. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe if you are new to the channel, as I'm always trying to put out more SC2 content. I shall see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.